Yo, check it out. It's the host with the most, the man with the plan, the J.O.E. in the days of hip hop. Um, Back to kind of pick up where I left off the other day. But now just kind of shifting it a little bit to like the business part of it, man. Like the contracts these guys sign, and these artists. Because today, I don't. Matter of fact, I don't think I know it's not. Records are not selling like they used to the last 10 years ago. You got a few artists like goes back to Drake, Kendrick, Cole, uh, maybe Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi. They still move a few units. They still got a strong following. Put it like that. And well, I know Drake most definitely, Kendrick and Cole, and, you know, but NBA YoungBoy most definitely. It's some more of them. I'm quite sure it's a few more I'm leaving out, but excuse me. But I'm saying like today, a lot of these artists in these deals, I know y'all heard them like a 360 deal. I gotta read up more on it, but I know it's like where the company it taps into every, I think pretty much like every stream of revenue that the artist has. I think of course your record sales, shows, merch. They're already probably digging in your publishing. So I mean, straight blood suckers. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of these artists, man, you're hungry coming off the streets, man. You're looking for instant gratification. So, man, that money up front, that advance, and whatever it is, you pretty much going for it without even realizing the type of deal and what it takes if things ain't go right. Like if you want to leave and it won't be that easy, or you may be stuck for a 5 album deal and you in two and things not going your way, but it can stall you out, man. If you hot, man, it can stall you out to you ice cold, And these days it won't take long. But it's like, man, here today, here this morning, gone this afternoon type. This shit is really like fast food, man. They've been doing this, chewing rappers up and spitting them out. This is nothing new. But I think today is better because these guys even off of one or two songs, these guys get a chance to eat and feed their family, off those, off those songs. Don't get me wrong, they do now. I mean, from back in the day too but these cats today they really get to the money even with shows and stuff like that, man. People are paying, or even the advances. I think back, like I know definitely like in the 80s and early 90s, man, guys weren't getting those super advances. Like, like NWA didn't even get a contract until the second album. So, I mean, that's telling you a lot right there in itself. You hear Cube and Yellow, they talk about it. They wasn't even presented with no money until the end of their tour, and that was a check for for the next album, but they couldn't. He wouldn't even give them the check until they signed the contract. I thought usually you'll sign a contract before you even make the record. But the record was made and they was out touring and everything. So the record company is they not in it for your best interest. That's why it's called the record business. But at the same time, you got to look at it from the other end of the spectrum, because I get it. If you're a new artist, they invested in you, their money, their time. So I get that part of it, man. But it's still instances where the deals, I can understand you being new, but I think the best way to leverage that, if once you find success and you do it on a consistent basis, then you kind of, I guess, got your foot, your legs up under you. Then you can kind of maybe you got a little leverage, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really that man, maybe you can get do it the right way, man. You can want to come get bought out your contract or something. Who knows? You can buy your own self out, but you have a few options. I would believe. I would think so anyway. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I say, man, back in the day, man, they wasn't getting much of nothing, man. Like no promotion, no airplay, none of that stuff, man. Like, especially back in the 80s, because we didn't hip hop was still, they was really wasn't accepted yet. You know what I'm saying? Besides, Run DMC, we had Run DMC, Houdini, and LL, but we had like no radio station that would play them consistent. Like you hear today, you can turn on radio in the morning and hear Young Miami or anybody all day. But back then, man, if it wasn't no pop type record or something, man, you wasn't hearing them. Like, groups like Public Enemy, definitely like 2 Live Crew, NWA, even the songs Too Short, well, maybe I'm extreme about some of the artists I'm naming, but just hip hop in general, man. We didn't have no radio station around here that played hip hop, man. But now, hip hop is 24/7 on, on the radio. We just had like I said, like a radio station. It'd be like for an hour on Saturdays or something that just played, the hottest hip hop songs or something like that, man. But other than that, man, but today's changed, man. They at one point, marketing, man, they putting a whole lot more money behind music than they was back then, And like you say, if you got that machine behind you, man, it makes you or breaks you in a sense, because bottom line is no rapper is bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? No rapper, Just like go back to the Drake with the beef. He claimed they helped push Kendrick so they could devalue him because he was coming up for a contract renewal. And I mean, who knows, man? They can do what they want to, man. That's who in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's true or not, but they both, if I'm correct, they both on UMG. So UMG the ultimate winner, regardless of who won that battle. You know what I'm saying? UMG, they the top dog at the end of the day. You know, so they just them two just the worker bees. You know what I'm saying? But UNG, man, they shit. That's their label. I mean, they run everything, man. I think they. I don't think they the top dog around here. So man, things like that. I mean, artists can only do so much, but I think it's important these days to have knowledge of what you signing, and hopefully have a good lawyer. But then again, man, some of these lawyers work for the in cahoots with the label. So, but you gotta have a strong support system, manager or someone, man, to try to keep things in perspective for you, especially if you're an artist that's hot and doing this thing. But that's all I just really had to say right now, and I would like to definitely continue this one a little bit later. But feel free to comment and please subscribe, man, and hopefully y'all can chime in and we'll pick up on discuss this some more and some other topics, man, pertaining to hip hop, and also get back to doing reviews of classic hip hop albums. Until next time, peace.